Yeah, it's another pretty lake. The ladies I was hiking with are headed up to Jim Lake, and I'm on my way back to the campground. I came back in 4 miles, and I know my limits.
Have you caught anything? Over there? Nice.
See it right here.
Yeah, they always like to hang out near the inlets because there's more oxygen in the water, and so the fish are happier right here. And there's also food coming off the streams. Fun. Perfect afternoon. Little cloud coming in, a little breezy, a little cool, but nice. About halfway back down the hill towards the parking lot.
Well, it's Tuesday afternoon, September 10th, and I'm going to start a campfire here pretty soon. Had an interesting day, trying to be social and talk to people while I'm up here for a couple weeks. So as I told you earlier about breakfast and talking to people at Rock Creek Lodge, so I came back here, got organized, and drove up to Mosquito Flat, and got all the way back in, and the parking lot looked really like there were people in the overflow parking with their vehicles. And so I got up to the main parking lot, and it looked totally full. But luckily some guy was walking off the trail, and I asked him, "Are you leaving?" And he said yes. So I snuck my truck right in there and parked in, and got my gear out and went to the restroom, and then got ready to head up the trail. And just about 50 feet back in on the trail, there was these two ladies. One of them was sitting down, one was standing up, and one was fiddling with a walking stick strap. And I sort of stopped, and one sitting down sort of looked up at me and sort of laughed and said, "We were just talking about it's the shit's getting older, and how you don't have the energy and stuff like that." And then the other one asked me if I could try and fix her strap on her walking stick. She wanted it extended a little bit more, and it was like a little flip litch. And I piddled with it for a good 3 or 4 or 5 minutes while we were sitting. I was messing with the strap, and they were just standing there or sitting. And I was on my knees messing with the strap, but I couldn't do anything with it. It was frozen in there. So I apologized and handed it back to him, and asked him, so what's going on? He's going up for a hike? They said, "Yeah, we're going up to Jim Lake." I said, "Well, I've never been up to Jim Lake. I've always, it's a cutoff at the end of the trails, probably about 4.5 miles back in." So we just started talking and walking up the hill, and so it was fun. We hiked together all the way back in, not to Jim Lake. I didn't make it back there, but I went back in about 3.5 miles with them. And we sort of sauntered, took some time, took a lot of breaks. You know, it's 10,500 feet, and I would say the ladies were BFFs. One I would say was about 60, and the other's probably about 50. And as we're walking along and talking, the younger one, Kelly, is a nurse. Not anymore, but she works with at a reformatory, I guess, in Hollister with young people. And the other ladies was Danita, and I didn't quite catch what she did as a living, but they obviously were very good friends and were on a trip for a week and had gone to Tahoe for a Christian seminar. So both these ladies were very religious, very Christian. One of them had cross earrings and so forth. But they were super nice, and we just chatted all the way up the hill, talked about hiking the mountains, et cetera, et cetera. And you know, I told him, you know, I've been married for so long, and beautiful wife and lovely family, and told him about my family and what the kids all did and everything. And Kelly sort of said the same, you know. Turns out one of Kelly's sons, I think she had 2 sons and 1 daughter, one of her sons has Tourette's, and he's 24, and how difficult that was for her. And the other lady, Danita, opened up that she had 4 daughters from her marriage with her husband, but her husband got killed at age 38 in a backhoe accident doing construction. And at the time, she was had a 3-month-old and 3 other daughters. So it sounds like she was probably about maybe also 38 to 40 when this happened. And she never got remarried. She says she's got a boyfriend now that she's had for 20 years, but she was still wearing her wedding ring. I asked her, did you get remarried? And I guess that was her original wedding ring. So similar story to Terry Bershaw with Gary, you know, getting in a construction accident young, and never getting remarried, and just dealing with life. And so it was sad, but she obviously had dealt well with it, and both these ladies were really fun to be with. And so we hiked on and got up to the last lake. It's just called Long Lake, before they were going to go to Jim Lake. And I told them that I was basically fading. I know my limits, and that I was up here for quite a bit longer. So I bid them adieu, and headed back on down to East Fork, and here I am. So it's dinner time, and I've been doing this for years. Can of tuna, wheat thins, some cheddar cheese. When I was making leather belts and I was camping out doing art shows, this is what I'd eat for dinner. No mess, no fuss, but a lot of protein, fills you up, it works. It's Wednesday, September 11th at 9 a.m. in East Fork, High Sierras. Little quick moment of silence for the tragedy that happened on September 11th, 2001. And also my thoughts and wishes go out to my friend Don Casanova, who fortunately or unfortunately is undergoing triple bypass surgery today somewhere, probably in Sacramento. So do well, Don. And made breakfast here in camp this morning. Had toast and eggs. Once again, it was super cold. I waited until 8 o'clock to get up when the sun finally hits the camp here. If you're up when the sun's not up, it's just too cold. So Last night, slept perfectly in my new sleeping bag, my new down sleeping bag. Got up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom and got back in the sleeping bag and zipped it up, and the zipper came up by itself on one side. And I said, oh crap. So it was dark, so I got out of the bag again and laid the bag down in the tent, and it was like 36 degrees in the tent, and I'm just in a t-shirt and underwear, and so I'm messing with putting the zipper back together. And it's a metal bottom, it's a double zipper, so I had the zipper thing down there and put it together, and it wouldn't zip together. I probably messed with this for 10-15 minutes, it seemed like. It was freezing. So I got really upset at the company that made the bag. So this is a stupid design. So I just put the bag back on the bed and got in it and just tried to fold it together without the zipper to stay warm. And as I was doing that, I felt up on my shoulder, it felt like a little latch and a zipper. I'm going, well, wait, the zipper was at the bottom. And then so I got out of the bag again, took a look, and I saw that there were two zipper heads. The one I was messing with was a smaller zipper head, and the one I had discovered was a larger zipper head. So I got out and moved the larger zipper head down towards the smaller zipper head, and then tried to put it back together, and it zipped up perfectly. So it was my bozo move. I just didn't learn how to utilize the zippers on my bag, which I will pull it out today and make sure that I understand the whole operation of how that zipper works, because I don't want to do that again. So anyway, that was sort of a bummer, but anyway, today I'm going to Mammoth, taking the bike. I'm going to bike ride around Mammoth and go to Starbucks and do some email and call Laura and pick up some ice and some bread and stuff, and then head back over here. So that's basically my itinerary for today. And I've just been visited by a lovely yellow jacket on my tripod.